Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. I'm here with Tracy Woolery from the Marietta, Georgia, Smyrna, Georgia area for Crawl Space Ninja, and he's got a great Ask a Ninja that he's going to help me answer. And it comes from a gentleman in Biscoe, North Carolina, and he wants to know the process of removing mold. Should you dehumidify first, blow fans everywhere? What should we do? Stay tuned. So if you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to crawl space encapsulation, mold removal, indoor air quality. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel, ring that notifications bell, follow us on Facebook. Also make sure you check out our DIY store and our franchise opportunities. So we got a question from Andrew in Biscoe, North Carolina. I'm gonna read it to you and then I'll have you answer. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
I've watched a bunch of your guys' videos on crawl space encapsulation and seen that before you start the work, you want to dry out the crawl space and remove mold. I was just wondering what's the best way to dry out your crawl space. Is it fans pointing out of the crawl space or a dehumidifier before encapsulating? What should I do?
Seal up the vents, then put in the dehumidifier to dry out your crawl space.
That's right. There's a lot of water damage restoration companies out there, and what they'll do is they'll create a vortex in a room if you get a flood in your kitchen or whatever, and they got all these fans blowing, and then they got a dehumidifier sitting in the middle. Why is it that we don't recommend fans in the crawl space when you're dealing with mold?
Because it's going to spread it and make it worse.
That's right. I mean, you got all this mold and wood rot fungus, and don't get me wrong, like you mentioned a minute ago off camera, that you do already have airborne mold and fungi in the crawl space, but we don't want to make it worse by putting some 400 CFM fan blowing directly on the wood. So our method is to seal the vents. If you have a vapor barrier, do you want to leave that in place with the dehumidification, or do you want to take it out?
You want to leave it in place.
That's right. And the reason why you want to leave it in place is because even if it's a loose lay ground plastic, if you throw a dehu in and take that plastic out, your dehu is going to try to dry the ground as well as the wood. Okay, so we want that plastic down so that the dehu is focusing on drying the wood and not fighting between the ground and the wood, right?
Right.
Right. So then after the dehumidifier gets the wood moisture level down, what's the humidity level supposed to be?
50.
Right, so you want to get it under 60%, then the wood moisture level is going to start to drop, right? Then what's the mold remediation process?
Doing soda blasting.
That's right. Why soda blasting?
And then applying Anabec. Well, soda blasting will physically remove the mold and fungus.
That's correct. And you want to physically remove it. You just told me a minute ago off camera, you had someone who did mold remediation. They were selling their house. What did the inspector say?
They have a lot of mold everywhere.
But they paid somebody the year before to take care of it.
$4,000.
$4,000, but now they have mold. So if you don't visibly remove that mold, then Mr. and Mrs. Home Inspector comes in when you're trying to sell the house and they look up and see it everywhere. Is it dead? Is it alive?
It's everywhere. It's dead, alive. It's all over the map.
You don't know. So that's why we always encourage, if you have visible mold, to soda blast the mold is our process for doing it. Some companies do HEPA vacuuming or scrubbing the joists or something like that. So any other tips? What goes after? What do we recommend after we do the soda blasting and apply the cleaner? What's the last step that we recommend that is optional?
X70, 10-year warranty.
That's right. You put on the X70. We offer a 10-year mold warranty when you apply the X70, which extends to life whenever you're on our maintenance program, right, Tracy?
Amen.
All right, very good. Well, this is Tracy. I'm Michael, Crawl Space Ninja. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day. We'll see you later.